invite Marc he's and just sharing his insights how ethics sunk in my journey. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce Marc.
I'm not going to face the camera.
Okay.
That's more important.
Go ahead.
Okay? Even though that's probably worth a little bit more. I don't know. Okay. So thanks for hanging around for me. So, there's background music. Okay. So, really quick. So my name is Marc and I am a marketing consultant, and I do a lot of corporate speaking. And I do a lot of speaking now for bigger companies, but I still, like, my favorite is to speak to groups like this where it's like small business owners. Because really you guys, like, I'm a small business owner, you're a small business owner, so it feels like I'm able to give back and share what I know, because you know what, we're all in the trenches, right? I mean, we're all down there, we don't have big offices that we get to hide behind, you know, big desks and all that stuff. We're down there doing the hardcore work. So, perfect. So, thank you. So, I want to share with you a story. About a month ago, I was at an event. It was like a Facebook and social media event, and there were guys there who were doing instructional presentations on how to do the inner workings of Facebook and the inner workings of LinkedIn, and they had the big PowerPoint presentations, and they would stand there, and they would point and this and that, and they're running around the stage, and they're telling you all this stuff, and they're going so fast that you're missing so many things. All right? And at the end of it, you've gotten like 10% of what it is that they wanted to tell you. And at the end of the event, I went to one of the guys and I said, you know, it was a great presentation, you had great style and great slides, but there were things I didn't understand or things I missed. And he said, how could you miss that? I covered that, and I told him all the things that, you know, I wasn't getting or that I wish he had delved into a little more. He's like, no, I spoke about that. Didn't you hear that? Was the beginning, and I spoke about that. But he moved so quick. And his problem is not uncommon with what he did. In fact, a lot of us are guilty of that, not only when we present, but more specifically when we market ourselves. Whether it be our elevator pitch, which I'm sure all of you have at some time been told that you have to have, or designing your business card, or designing your website, or creating literature, whether it be a catalog, a brochure, or whatever, there's something that all of us are a little bit guilty of. And that thing is called the curse of knowledge. Let me rephrase that. The curse of knowledge.
Yes.
Yes.
I relate.
The curse of knowledge is when you know something that somebody else doesn't, but you think they can know it just as easily as you know it. And I'm going to show you guys a really cool game. If you guys are in the bar games, I know you guys, right? You're at a bar. This is a cool game. You can go home and do this. You can do this next time you're at a bar. You can put a wager on it. All right? I'm going to tap out a song on this table. And I will buy a drink to anyone who can tell me what song this is. Alright? Alright? You guys ready? And it's a song that all of you know. All of you know. Okay? It's not like some weird obscure song from the 80s or 70s or something like this. Y'all ready? Oh, you're ready? Here we go.
Oh, Canada?
What song was it?
Is that Oh, Canada?
It was in Canada. All right. You're the first person to ever guess that.
Wow.
So you know. So give it up for Dave, right? I was going to actually pick Happy Birthday. Because no one's ever guessed Happy Birthday.
Happy Birthday was in my brain. I was hoping you'd be that.
I'm thinking Christmas Carol.
So it was Oh Canada. But for a lot of you, you didn't get it, right? But in my head, I was hearing every note and every word, and I couldn't figure out how all of you didn't get it. See, that is the curse of knowledge. Because I know what I know, and I expect you to know that. So, the quick lesson in this is when you talk or communicate or present anything about your business, you have to keep in mind, and I'm not actually saying this, but you have to keep in mind that the person you're talking to is an idiot. And I don't mean that in a bad way. But you have to assume that they know nothing. They know nothing about you. They know nothing about your product or your service. They know nothing about how your product works. All right? And I met a gentleman today, and I'm not going to name names, even though I don't think he's here. I'm not going to name his name. You may have his card. He gave me his card. I don't know what he does, even though it says something on the back of his card. And he explained it to me, and I still don't know what he does. what do you think the chances are of him and I doing business together? Probably around 0. Because I'm not going to call into business with someone who I don't know what their business is. So in everything you do, and how you present yourself, whether it be on the web, or in print, or speaking just one-on-one, or in a presentation, you have to make sure that you are clear and concise. Being repetitive helps, being clear helps, and also on the lowest common denominator. You know that phrase, everybody reads at a grade 8 level? Have you ever heard that phrase? So if you present at a grade 8 level, everybody can understand you. See, a lot of people think it's an insult. I'm not going to present at a grade 8 level. I'm talking to university-educated people. But if you speak at a grade 8 level, everybody understands. The problem is, you know, we want to sound smart, so we try to use big words, we try to use technical terms, but people don't want that. At the end of the day, they want to understand what you do, they want to understand how you can help them, and most importantly, they want to understand what you're about. They want to understand you, because we do business with people, right? People do business with people, people don't do business with companies. So it's better that you can communicate what you are, what you're about, and convey that simple message without having someone to guess what you're tapping out on the wood. That would be the biggest key to success. And that's my tip. Good point. Thank you.